In this video,
if you've got heavy-handedness like me, it does seem strong. I've had worse sandpaper than this. Sometimes I've got my blinkers on. Ugh. Can you tell what it is? Splodgy, splodgy, splodgy. What a shocker. I've been to the middle aisle at Lidl and bought some more Parkside tools. Also some DIY tools and accessories from Poundland. Things I can't live without in the workshop. But first of all, let's have a look at what else we've got in the middle aisle at Lidl. Hello, sheddies, and you join me again in my shed.
Yes, I know it's my second home, but when they're gone, they're gone. Various sanding sheets for £2 a pack, or 2 for £3. And then there's these packs, I ain't seen these before, like Torx bits, small packs, and then Dremel bits or fake Dremel bits. And they, I think, were £1.99 a pack as well, or 2 for £3. Garden accessories, 99p each. Look at that though, that's a watering cone, apparently. And this planter, £5.99. £3 for this paintbrush set. And there's some round paintbrushes in there, as you can see. Copper tape and copper mesh, £3.99 a pack. And I've seen the long loppers before. This is a lopper and saw built into one, like a long reach one. And they are £16.99 each. Incinerators, £15. Watering cans, £3. And now that sun's coming back out in the UK, the sail shade, £15, and there's 2 different colours. You've got beige and like a grey colour. And if you just want a small pack of drill bits, £3. You've got masonry, steel and wood. Brand Rexan 2-part epoxy glue, £3. Now this is reduced from £50 to £45. Telescopic ladder. As you can see here, it doesn't weigh that much, 6.6 kilos, takes people up to 150 kilos and goes up to 2 metres. Has technology to stop you trapping your fingers by the looks of it. And this looks fancy, look, a tool set in a beautiful toolbox, £50. And a load more gardening stuff. And then £5 for this multi-tool. Comes with a little pocket to put it in. And loads of Ronseal one coat in different colours. Mesh, as it says on here, for raised beds to protect from rodents, is 2.1 by 1.1 metres. And they're £5 a roll. Let me know if you've bought anything from this lot. Right, back to the shed. Start off with Parkside from Lidl. Magnetic tool holder, space-saving organiser. Always have your tools at hand. Now, it says magnetic, but when you look at it, you think, why does it need to be magnetic? Just slot your spanners in there or whatever. Maximum load 4 kilos. Easy to install. Comes with the raw plugs and the screws. 3-year warranty. But I'll be interested to see what this is all about. £1.99. It's not bad, is it? I might get another one of these yet. I just wanted to see how good they are. Up to 12 spanners in various sizes. Let's open it up. There we go. Oh, look. Magnet on the back by the looks of it. Of course. It's just for putting something metal, so you'd have to fix it. Is that right? Of course it is. That's why it's on the side of a tool chest there. Screws. Sometimes I've got my blinkers on. I just thought to myself, why is it magnetic to hold into there? But yeah, it makes sense now. I just grabbed it off the shelf. On the back of my tool wall, I always keep 2 of every size of spanner, 1 at either side on a magnetic strip. But I may put them on these instead. Let's get a few spanners. So, of course, just slots in like that. 15, 13, 12, and so on and so forth. Something metal. Obviously, I don't suggest putting it on a metal radiator or heater, but there we go. Side of a tool chest or something metal, or of course, just screw it in with the keyhole fittings. It's fairly strong on a vise. It's only connected in 2 points there. Made from plastic. Parkside branding in there, of course. £1.99. Not bad. Next, already got a couple of soldering irons, but I thought I'd get another one. It was £7.99. It's the 4-volt cordless soldering iron, just to give it a try. Battery, 4 volts, 1.5 amps. Maximum temperature, 470 degrees centigrade. Heat up time, approximately 25 to 35 seconds. It's not bad. Working time, 60 minutes. Soldering iron, sponge, charger lead. What's that? Is that dock? We'll soon find out. Powerful lithium-ion battery, ergonomic design with a non-slip handle, rubber, and LED work light. Short heat-up phase with LED indicator, 300 degrees centigrade in 30 seconds. Station, there we go, with integrated sponge for cleaning soldering tips.
Soldering tip, 10 grams of solder, 1mm on the roll. Charging cable, 1.5 meters. Power adapter not included. That's just the plug for the USB. Part number if you need it, PLKA 4C3. So look. Here it is. Huge instruction manual. Tip. And the tiniest sponge ever. Look how thin that is. Pointed tip. Roll of 1mm solder, or solder if you're from across the pond. There's the little docking station. And the sponge that's in there. So USB to USB-C. And there's the thing itself. Nice amount of rubber. If you've got heavy-handedness like me. Power on button. Red, easy to see. Charging port just there. Oh, look at that, look. Slots in like that. Well, it falls out like that, so it might need the tip in there. Get rid of the box. Let's screw that straight in. There we go. And then, there we are. Holds in there quite nicely. Presume there's some sort of metal, is it metal housing in there to stop it from burning? Hope so. Charger. See if it turns on anyway. No power. Right, let's plug him in. I'll use that. Stick him in there. Douche. And straight on with the light. Instructions a sec. It's probably on charge when it's on red. Here's some specs if you want it. Weight, 111 grams. Power consumption, 8.5 watts. And there's the rest of the spec if you want it. LED's red, the battery is charging. Green, the battery is charged. Right, I've got to wait then, haven't I? Right, while that's doing that, let's show you the rest of the things I got. Again, a small favour, if you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up. It helps the channel out massively. Cheers. You saw the sandpaper on there. There was some sheets, and there's also these rolls. I've got the 5 metre length 180 grit, and I've got the 5 metre 40 grit, very coarse. $1.99 each, or 2 for £3. Speaks for itself, really. I've had this sandpaper before, actually. Cut a piece off. The stapler testing piece. I don't think we expected anything different, but it's holding together well. I'm just sanding off the edge there. It does seem strong. I've had worse sandpaper than this. I want to try this on just normal sandpaper. It's one of those sandpaper erasers. Ooh, what's going on there? And it's normally like for belt sanders or orbital sanders or whatever. You just spin it around and put that on and it cleans the sandpaper. Let's see if we can do it manually. There we go, just a few swipes. Clean as a whistle. And of course you can use this for the rectangular sanders with our base plate, cut it to size. So there we go, bargain, 2 for £3. Next, not seen this before, 3M outdoor duct tape. Now we've all seen the black and the silver duct tape that we get from Lidl, but this is green. So sometimes if you're using for bodge-ups or whatever you're using it for, it doesn't stand out as bad if it's white or black or silver when it's in the garden. They brought out green in colour, well, like a, is that olive green? 48mm by 20 metres. Used 3M before, really good stuff. Can't imagine this being any different. So there we go. And that was £2.49. Next, squirty bottle, 99p. And of course, we don't have to use this in the garden. We can use it anywhere, in the workshop. Putting some solutions in there, whatever we're using, maybe sugar soap or WD or something like that. Or just if we need water in the workshop. Or for spraying on your houseplants to keep them hydrated. 99p. Next, seen these before, never had one, 99p again. Can you tell what it is? In millimetres, you can see a gauge up there. Little hanger. It is, of course, a rain gauge for measuring the amount of rainfall in the garden. Weather and UV resistant, measures up to 35 millimetres. Oh, look at the mess it leaves. I'll clean that off. But yeah, a little hanger. So I presume, what would you have? Like a hook in the wall or something to hang that onto. And then slot it in like that. Yeah, catching the rainfall. 99p. Plastic. Next. Always worth checking the bargain bin. From £1.49 to £1.19. 20% off. Like this tree twine. Oh, it's not twine actually, it's mesh. All that area to stick the label in and stick it over the top. Tree tie, there we go, for tying and fixing tree branches, ensuring the plant grows in a straight line, suitable for young trees and shrubs. Expands as plants grow. Ooh. Plant ties for shrubs, climbing plants and flowers. I've mentioned before that I've got some climbing plants I want to keep under control. 9 meters by 36 mil. It must stretch then. Next, now for the Poundland tools. Pack of paintbrushes, probably the cheapest ones you can possibly get. It says 125 on there. They're actually £1. And by the way, this video carries on from my last video. I bought some other bits from Poundland. I had some other hand-on DIY tools and accessories. And these were £1, even though it says 125. 1 inch, 2 inch and 2.5 inches. Bristle test. Not bad. Not bad at all. Anyway, obviously they're not the best. Look how thin they are, cheap and cheerful, but good for some applications. Next. Right, this looks like a real bargain. £1.25, it was actually £1. Magnetic spirit level. Aluminium. Again by Hanon. It might be trash. Anyone wanting to find out? It's got the V-groove down there for getting it perfectly lined on a corner. Horizontal bubble, vertical bubble, and the 45 degrees bubble. Little hole on the top to hang it on your wall. Hardly magnetic. Oh, yeah. Suppose if you... it's not the best magnet, but it's a magnet nevertheless. Suppose it's good for putting on a beam, RSJ, or if you're putting on the corner of plastering, you know, the corner strip before you plaster. Stick it on the corner there if you ever need to. Metal or just putting shelves up. Bound. Something I forgot to mention, it's quite hard sometimes to see the bubble from the top when you're looking down on it. Well, it's got a little cutout there so you can see the bubble in there. Next, glue gun and glue sticks. Now, I've already got glue gun and got glue sticks, but a bit of a story to this. We did Shed Space, the live stream we do the other night, with Peter Millard from 10 Minute Workshop, and we had Roger on from the Garage Workshop, and Frank on from Frank's Little Workshop, and also my good friend and wingman, Mark from Cap Woodwork and Building, and he announced that he'd never used a hot glue gun. So I thought I'd get him one. But before I send it to him, including the glue sticks, I'm going to open it. He won't mind. It's freebie, isn't it? So £2.50, mains, 240 volt plug, and the glue sticks for £1. Let's have a look how good it is. Should be doing Scoutcrafter's trick where you snip all the way down the edge and then snip down there and then you don't enter all these sharp corners. Anyway, there it is. I think sometimes we assume that everyone's seen every tool, but if you've never used one, you've never used one. Or not come into contact with one. So as we can see, very, very basic plastic, not much to it. But the trigger works all right. We'll plug that in, wait for that to heat up. Just noticed, didn't look, it's got 2 glue sticks in the packaging. And also, there we go. For standing it up while it heats up. One side and the other. There we go, clicks into 2 positions and back. It's very basic, but it stands up, look. So we'll let that heat up. Glue stick in now, ready. In you go. Of course, when it goes past here, we can stick the other one in and it'll push the other one through. So yeah, in the glue sticks, 32 in the pack. £1. Bonding wood, metal, card, glass, fabric, plastics, ceramics, and more. Do we bother with the instructions? If you've not used one before, read the instructions. Don't get it on your hand, it hurts. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Oh yeah, it's out. What did that take? A minute? Just over. Splodgy. We stick to it. Bit of card. Let it cool down a bit. It's just not dribbling out the end, which sometimes they do. The other one in. Oh no, not enough yet. That's made it come out, so I've just squeezed the end. Yeah, so it's gone through now because the trigger can't push it any further. The other one in. Splodgy, splodgy, splodgy. There we go. What else can I stick? Plastic. Right, that sort of cooled down. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. But this cutting mat has got like a sheen on. You can't really key to this cutting board because it's quite smooth, but it's stuck to the cardboard fairly well. There we go. And the plastic, just let it cool down a minute. And while it's doing that, I got these. I've had these before, Kodak batteries. They're not the best, we know, but they're good for remotes and the like. £1 a pack of 8, Kodak. AA and AAA. Next, tape. £1 again. Pretty much like duct tape, I think. Well, it looks slightly different. If there's on here. 10 metres, 48mm across. Look at that, look. Like it's not fabric. What is it? It doesn't say what material it is, but it's called band cachet tape. I've not seen it like that before, but it's got it on Wellingtons there. It's been on a tennis racket, foam around pipes. I think it's used generally the same as gaffer tape or duct tape, but it looks quite a nice finish on that. I wouldn't say carbon fibre, but if you look at the sort of ridges in there, it might give it a nice appearance if you're using it on something for aesthetics. Compared, of course, to normal 3N duct tape, which is more like that. A bit dusty. You can see the difference on there. More of a matte finish. Yeah, for aesthetics, it might be a better option. £1, not bad. Just been having a closer look at it, and it's harder to tear, so you would have to cut it with either a knife or scissors. But you can see the ridges in that. Right, there we go. Stuck. Obviously a smooth surface, so it's not going to stick to that very well. And the mat as well, but the mat isn't really keyed, so it's still sticking well. But glue sticks are glue sticks, I suppose. So, Mark, I'll put it in the post to you with the glow sticks. So, it's charged up. It's gone green. Obviously, it'd be nice if the docking station had the charging port as well, but you have to just plug that into the back. Take that out. Green light goes off. Got my helping hands here with my magnifying glass. Let's just solder these two bits of cable together. Obviously, it would wet the sponge when it goes in that little tray. So, overall, I do like the feel of it. This rubber grip here, if you can see, it's like serrated. For a better grip, holding it like a pen. Rubber everywhere else. Index finger straight onto the on and off button. Rubber back here, so when you cup it with your thumb. Usual Parkside, it has these little rubber raised parts at both sides for when you're putting it down or you drop it. LED light at the front. First of all, let's strip these cables. 1, 2. Just for demonstration. Just use a bit of this. Put a bit of solder under there. Obviously, the other way to do this is tin each cable first. Heat the wire up first and then apply the solder. Turn it on. So you keep hold of that button for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's flashing. Now, I thought that was because the battery was flat. And the LED ain't coming on. Keeping my finger on it. That's not good, is it? Let's put it back on charge. And it's back to red. I'll be back to you. Right, round 2. I've been and swapped it for another. The other one didn't seem to work, so went to Lidl, swapped it over. Very easy. Refund one, get another one. And what I think it was down to was the nib, or the tip there itself, wasn't making a good connection. Hence why the light kept on flashing. Well, now I've charged it up. I've unplugged it at the wall now, but when it's charged up, it's green. And then if you keep your finger on it, 4 seconds. There we go, goes red. The torch or LED light at the front comes on and it starts to warm up. I think when it's warm, it goes green. Maximum temperature anyway. And of course, while I was there, I looked at the middle aisle and I've bought another one. And also, while that's warming up, oh look, it's gone green. I bought this, a sanding pad, I think, $1.99. Polishing attachment set. To put on a drill or a little grinder. So yeah, Velcro on there. Screw that in there for a drill. It's quite dinky, isn't it? Sanding discs on there or polishing discs. I think I might have seen the polishing pads in there. Yeah, I think I just need to get some polishing pads. But we'll come back to that in another video.
I thought I'd seen them. There they are. Orange, yellow and blue. Right, back to the soldering iron.
I use some finer wire than that. Very warm. It's handy to have that little torch on the end. The soldering very good. Got the solder from my gas soldering iron. Check my video out, it's on my playlist somewhere. Solder that came with that one. Let's try that. There we go. There we go. Nicely tinned. There we are. I'll just place that down actually. Just rest it on the workbench. There we go, not the neatest, but it'll do just for a demo. It's strong enough. And of course, you can put some heat shrink on. Usually put the heat shrink on before you did the solder, but this case, the ends are open, so I can slide it over. Let's see if we can heat that up. This stuff shrinks about half its size. Yeah, it's really handy with that torch. Get the idea. And to turn that off, just press it once. As you know, I'm not an electrician, so do your own research first. £7.99. The first one must have been a dud. As I always say, I'm not an expert. These are just things I get up to at the weekend in my shed. Please comment below anything you like. If I made a mistake or I missed something out, put it below. It helps me and others. Also, comment on other things that's going on in your shed, your workshop, and tools you're thinking of buying or you've bought. I'll put a list on the screen now to all my other tool reviews. If you're new here, subscribe. I've got loads more videos like this and loads more to come. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Keep calm and head to the shed. Cheers!
See you next time on Weekend Shedhead.